Have you ever felt like life was better before we got addicted to social media? Before we started filling every silent moment of our day with a video? I've been feeling like that lately, and it's not fun. I'm not motivated anymore to do things that I used to love. I'm not excited for little things like a chat with my family. It's like I'm constantly fighting with myself to keep this little thing away. So I wanted to quit social media for 30 days. That was the goal. But did I actually quit it? And if I didn't quit it, what is even the point of this video? Keep watching to find out. Okay, here is the thing. Even trying to quit scrolling has taught me so much. And that's what I want to share with you today. Why I wanted to do this was every day I kept telling myself, I want to quit scrolling. I want to read more. I want to think deeply. But at the end of the day, I went back to my phone. And it's not like I was lying on the couch scrolling the whole day. I had pretty solid routine. I would wake up, morning, I didn't touch my phone. I did my morning routine. I worked out. I cooked healthy meals. I did everything. But still, I was not being the version of me I wanted to be. My main problem was once I finished one round of my work in the morning, around afternoon, I started craving for a quick scrolling session. I started watching some random videos during eating, and then it was a rabbit hole. I felt very distracted, and after that, it was very difficult for me to focus on my work. Evenings, in the name of unwinding, I would watch random entertainment videos. I was not reading, I was getting distracted in the middle of a conversation with my husband. And slowly, I also started noticing something scary. I was actually losing my ability to focus. My attention span was reducing. I was not able to even watch a long form video of 15 to 20 minutes. I was losing my ability to even think deeply. I was not able to churn out ideas, to be creative in my work. That's when it hit me, this is not who I wanted to be. There is this ideal version of me inside my head. She reads a lot, she thinks deeply, and moreover, she enjoys little things in life like a sunrise, sunset, getting excited about doing things slightly out of her comfort zone, smiling at strangers. But I was not doing any of that. I just finished my work and I went back to the comfort of my phone. Even scarier thing was, I felt so addicted to this. At some point of time, it felt like I cannot exist without this entertaining videos. So I thought, let me take this challenge of no social media, no entertaining videos for a month. Once I started this experiment, first few days were really bad. Very bad. I had withdrawal symptoms. You know, researchers have been telling us lately that phone addiction is very similar to drug addiction. So when you quit any drug, you have withdrawal symptoms, right? So I had the same thing. I felt very, really depressed. I was not excited about anything. It just seemed like all the happiness and excitement has disappeared from the world. I know it sounds a little too exaggerated when I'm saying it, but that's how I actually feel when I am too addicted and then I'm quitting the social media. But let me tell you, this is really temporary. It was like that for a week. I let it settle, and then things started feeling alive. Like my dopamine reward system was reset inside my brain, and then I started feeling more joy, more happiness in the little things. And then things got interesting because as I was feeling normal, something happened and I hurt my back really badly. Okay, I had to be on bed for a long time. I was in a lot of pain. I was anxious. I was not getting doctors here, and it was a lot of frustration, and I went right back into scrolling. And that's where I learned my lesson. So now let's talk about what is the real problem, what I'm doing now to cut down social media, and how am I actually putting those boundaries in a practical way. And by the way, this is much more than saying that just put your phone away or delete social media. The real problem is you're not going to phone just for entertainment, but you are trying to escape the discomfort. So these days, our nervous systems are constantly dysregulated. We are stressed and anxious all the time. We feel restless. And to escape that discomfort, phone is a coping mechanism because it's easily available. So whenever you feel uncomfortable, maybe it's because of a new challenge in your life, maybe it's because you're going through something, instead of sitting with it, instead of processing your emotions, you immediately pick up the phone because it's easily available. And phone makes us feel better instantly. As long as we are scrolling, we don't have to think about anything. We are getting distracted from what is making us uncomfortable. That's the reason I was doing fine without social media. But then when I got hurt, when there was pain, when there was discomfort, I went right back into it because I couldn't sit with that discomfort. So what's the real solution then? It is to regulate your nervous system every day, regularly, and then learning to sit with discomfort instead of trying to escape it all the time. So the actual solution here is nervous system regulation and building self-awareness. By the way, this is something I'm going much deeper into inside my free masterclass on nervous system. It's happening on May 23rd, 8 p.m. IST. It's completely free. All the details are in the description. If you want to learn more about your nervous system, go check it out. Instead of completely quitting social media, now I'm working on being aware and putting boundaries around it, because let's be honest, entertainment is not all bad. So sometimes I just watch a funny video or a stand-up show and I genuinely feel relaxed from it. I share it with my husband, with my brother, and it becomes a bonding experience. So the goal is not to completely remove it, but to stop feeling controlled by it. The moment I want to reach for my phone, I check in with myself. Am I dysregulated? What emotions are making me uncomfortable? And I sit with it. I'm practicing to pause before an impulsive action. I'm going more into mindful consumption these days. So whenever I want to watch something, I have an agenda in my mind. It's maybe learning or being curious about a topic or sometimes just having a good laugh. This genuinely relaxes me instead of stimulating me more. How to set boundaries in a practical way. Now let me tell you how am I actually putting these boundaries. The first rule is no swiping up. One of the features that keeps you addicted to social media is endless scrolling. So once you start swiping up, there is no end to it. The algorithm will show you reel after reel after reel to keep you hooked to the platform. Every time you anticipate that next reel, your brain is getting a quick hit of dopamine. So dopamine is not actually pleasure chemical, but it's an anticipation and reward chemical. Every time you're scrolling, the moment your current reel is ending and you're anticipating that next reel, your brain is getting that dopamine and it motivates you, it pushes your body to seek that dopamine, means watch that next reel. So the rule I have put for myself is I cannot do that swiping up thing. I go to my home page or explore page and I see what reel might interest me and I click on that and watch only that. Whenever you're scrolling endlessly, there is an open loop in your brain. That's why it's very hard for you to stop. That's why we sometimes go thinking that I'm going to watch one reel and then suddenly 2 hours are gone. So no scrolling, only choosing what I want to watch. And then I put a timer of 15 to 20 minutes. Once it goes off, I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in my mind and I physically move away from my phone. The second thing I'm doing is to make my life more interesting than the screen. The first problem that happens when you quit scrolling is, what the hell do you do with that time? You get bored, negative thoughts attack you, you start thinking about a past incident, you start worrying about the future, and that makes you so uncomfortable and dysregulated. It makes you seek that dopamine in the phone again. So it's very important to have some activities to do that are actually nourishing and not stimulating. I'm trying to go back to my hobbies, trying to step out a little more, saying yes to meeting people, hosting people, and of course, just sitting silently for 15 to 20 minutes, even though it's uncomfortable. It's not that I'm never bored now, but I have a lot of other things also to look forward to other than social media. So yes, the summary is I didn't quit social media completely, but putting boundaries has been really helping me. The biggest lesson in this for me is the actual problem is discomfort and our brain's nature to escape discomfort. So whenever I'm dysregulated, I'm stressed, anxious, having negative thoughts, that's when I crave for phone. So I'm focusing on other ways to regulate my nervous system and being self-aware. If you want to learn more on this, the free masterclass on nervous system is happening on 23rd May. All the details are in the description. Go check it out. That's it for today. If you have any questions, comment or feel free to DM me on my Instagram. See you in the next one.